Welcome, everyone, to the 7th episode of the Entrepreneur Empowerment Series. This week's session is going to be about sustainability and impact. That's a big topic. It's getting a lot of interest, and we're very thankful for that. So we're going to address it today from different angles, but hopefully we'll be also having many more sessions in the weeks to come to help you in your businesses to go into the sustainability path. And we're going to have a lot of also partners to come and join us along the way. So for today, I'm Shadi Banna, I'm going to be your host. And we're going to go through different ways in which we address this topic and show you some resources. We've got some guest speakers as well, a fellow entrepreneur that is doing a nice social enterprise. So he'll tell you a bit about it as well. And there's this ask away section at the end where we're going to take some questions. So feel free to ask your questions on the Q&A aspect. So you can chat at any time to give us feedback on the chat if you're attending live on the webinar, or if you're watching us on YouTube or other places, you could put all of your comments and questions in the chat. And for those that are watching on the webinar with us, you can ask your questions through the Q&A, and we'll make sure to answer most of them, if not all, by the end of the session. So let's kick off the session with this nice quote from Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus was the innovator behind micropayments, microloans that were given to underprivileged communities, initially in Bangladesh, his main country, but then it expanded all over the world. And I'd like his quote here. It says, "By simply capitalizing on core strengths and knowledge, companies and entrepreneurs can engage in an emerging business model that will enable them to create and demonstrate real sustainable social impact in society." And we're big believers of the importance of creating social impact in society. Every business, in our view, should be a social business. And we're going to take you today through a few tools and ideas of how you can yourself, if you're not already doing some social impact work, how you can actually develop that in a very efficient way. So if you haven't registered so far, please do register on potential.com/SME. On that platform, you'll have access to practical learning, special offers, and international expertise. The learning is all free. There's hundreds of hours of content, resources, tools to help you develop your business. Specifically these days, we're focusing on digitization of your businesses because that's what the pandemic has sort of pushed consumer behavior, pushed us to work remotely from anywhere. So that's why we've chosen this theme of digitization to be the overriding theme of the program for this period. So there's lots of content from our library and from partners like AWS, Cisco, and others that you see here available to you for free. As you engage with that content, you collect points. The points can be used to get access to free sessions with experts on a topic that you're interested in, or to get discounts on special offers. So in the coming session, tips, tools, and resources, I'm going to introduce Lujain, my colleague.
Hello, everyone.
And Lujain is going to be taking you through how to gain more points. And that's going to be an important discussion because we have a few things planned in the coming period, as well as to share with you some of the latest features that we have on the platform that are available to you. So Lujain, over to you.
Thank you, Shadi. So I'm going to share my screen with you to show you how you can gain points and how you can benefit from them. So first, as you can see on the home page, if you are already registered users, you can click from here to log in, or if you are a new user, you can simply sign in for free on the potential.com/SME Empowerment platform. So I'm just going to log in using my account. And once you log in, you proceed directly into your dashboard. So inside my dashboard, if you are willing to gain this amount of points, just like I do, you're going to be rewarded at the end, because this is what we're going to take you through in this session. So basically, we launched some actual functionalities that are currently available on SMEEP, and we've updated the platform and added one extra offer that I'm sure you're gonna love it. So as you go inside SMEEP, first you can gain points simply by updating your profile. So once you update your profile and update your mobile number and your full details right here and click on update, you will gain 50 points. Second, you can also gain free points by requesting a verification email. So in order to verify your account, you simply have to click on request the email from here, and then it will land in your inbox or in your junk folder, and you will click on that link to verify your account. And then after verification, you will notice that you gain additional 50 points. The third step that you will gain points for free, you can click on refer a friend. So as much as you can refer friends or SMEs typically and entrepreneurs into the platform, for every entrepreneur or SME registration inside our platform using this link, you will gain additional 50 points for you and for the SME that is joining. So simply in order to share this link, you just click on it and then it will be copied, or you can click on any social media icon below in order to share it with your community. So I'm going to move quickly into the offers section and show you the offer that we've added. So you can simply go to program offers, and just a recap before that, that for those that they still didn't finish the core track, which is the evolving your business track, you can actually go and complete it also to gain additional points for free every time you complete one unit, as well as for the digitize it, your section or digitize your business section. So you can start revealing coupons and offers. So the offer that we've added is in the marketing section. And you can see here that I already requested this offer. So you need 150 points in order for us to create a shout out for you and a free exposure on all our social media channels for your business. So to do that, just come on and just join the program and gain this extra 150 points so you can reveal this offer, as well as make sure that you can use your points in order to reveal other offers, or you can book your free coaching session or one-to-one consultation session with any of the experts inside the platform. You can filter them from here, or you can check based on each category that you're interested in. And once you finish this meeting with this expert, you can actually rate them from here. That's all from my end. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you, Lujane. So, as Lujane explained, we're going to be doing a competition soon to reward those with the best, the most number of points. And as this exposure opportunity that Lujane just shared with you, you have the opportunity of getting some exposure for your business just by redeeming those points. And let us know, for anyone who's with us now on the chat, if you're facing any difficulties redeeming points or you've had any kind of issues, please share that with us on the chat. So let me now share my screen again and continue into the next segment. Okay, let me just do that. So today I'm going to be your expert, and I'm going to basically take you through a process of developing your social impact project and transforming your business into a social business. So let's start by asking you, who would you consider are your stakeholders? Can you respond on the chat for those that are joining us on the webinar? Who are your stakeholders? Are they your customers or your investors or your employees? Who would you consider are the stakeholders around your business? Tabogo says customers, and Miriam says customers. Abu Bakr says investors. Okay. Ajrisha says customers. Maha, customers, governments, partners, employees. Oh, Maha has some insight. Leisha, departments of health, health and wellness, minded customers. Okay, in your case, great. Muhammad Sakir, producers, consumers, partners, employees. Tariq, customers. Al Bashir, investors are my stakeholders. Okay. Omani, my team members, customers, investors. Pamela, ministries, partners, customers, donors. Great. So I think you're getting there. Just about everyone mentioned most of what we have in mind. But your stakeholders are not just your investors, they're not just your customers, as many of you have answered. They're basically all the entities that you interact with as you conduct your business. And absolutely, as Lakshmi is saying, all of them directly or indirectly, basically. So you could look here. Here's a list of some of them. Alliances. If you are partnering with a company to extend what you're offering to the market, that is a stakeholder with you. If you are using your channels to go to the market, to go to your customers, so the channels could be resellers or could be retailers that are reselling your products, or it could be a direct channel where you're using an online platform like Amazon or Shopify. I mean, those could be ways in which you use channels. So they're also your stakeholders. The media is your stakeholder. If you can get the media to be talking about your business and your great projects, they could be a great stakeholder for you. Clients, employees, shareholders, these are quite common and understood. Government, some of you had mentioned that also. The government needs to be your stakeholder. If where you're operating, you pay taxes, you need to align to the programs that the government is pursuing or the vision that they're putting together. So they are also a stakeholder. And society is a stakeholder. You are operating in a certain community, a society that contributes employees to your business, that contributes by buying your business, by talking about your business. So society that in which you operate is also a stakeholder in your business. And of course, suppliers, manufacturers, they are also stakeholders. So you get the idea here that you got to look at all of these entities as stakeholders because your business really depends on them and can make use of them. So what we're going to discuss now is how do you become what we call a next generation business, because that is what you do. A next generation business is a business that harnesses all of these relationships, that makes the most out of them, that capitalizes on the connections with these different entities, because then you could extend what you're doing. So how do we become a next generation business, and what do we focus on? Most next generation businesses focus on what we call the 3 Ps, or triple bottom line. Can you tell me on chat, what does that mean? I'm sure some of you would already know. So the 3 Ps, what are these 3 Ps that next generation businesses focus on? Or the triple bottom line. They mean the same thing. So traditional business was very much focused on pleasing one main stakeholder, which was the investor. So if you look at the way companies have operated over the past century, let's say, they basically focused on pleasing one stakeholder, which is the investor. And how do you please the investor? By giving them profits. So they would focus just on the profit, the 1P. But as Tebogo's saying, Tebogo's joining us from South Africa, as saying basically the 3 Ps are people, profit, and planet. And that is actually the case. So the 3 Ps are people, profits, and planet. And any next generation business, and we encourage you all who are attending today to think of it from that side. Profit should be a key element in your business for sure, but it also needs to take into account the planet and the people around your business. And as such, when you do that, you become a social enterprise. And a social enterprise is different from a nonprofit. Nonprofits are companies that don't seek profits, um, and they basically run just to break even, to cover the costs of their programming. And social enterprises are profit seeking companies, but they do so, they generate profit in a way that doesn't harm the planet, or has at least the least amount of harm for the planet, and has a lot of benefit for the people around the social, that enterprise, that business. And you could see here, as we were going through this stakeholder mapping, there are a lot of people that are engaged in one way or another with your business. So social enterprises are any business, so you could all transform your businesses into social enterprises, and you will get a lot of benefits along the way. So we're going to be talking in future sessions more and more about this topic, but today I wanted to basically start with you your social enterprise journey, um, and walk you through a 4-step process, 5-step process to basically launch it. So the first thing to do is to focus, to determine what is your focus area. What is the area that really you believe in, that you want to have an impact on, that is closely related to your business? That's step number one. Now, so that you don't really get too spend too much time analyzing this, we would suggest that you go to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and you choose a goal, one of the goals that is closest to your passion area, your work. Where do you want to have an impact? So here, for example, I've chosen number 5, gender equality, as one of the goals that in this case we are working towards. Then the next step is determine your target audience. So if I've focused on gender equality, which geography is important to me? It could be that the geographies that you operate in your business, where do you have your base, where do you sell? Those kind of things could be a priority. Which profile of people are you targeting? Are you targeting, for example, underprivileged communities, or are you targeting uh, executive C-level suites where there's not enough gender equality? Which age group are you focusing on? Is it students or is it older age groups? So determine who is the target audience that you really want to have that impact on, and work on that goal. Step number 3 is set the success metrics. What would you want to what would you want to achieve at the end of that engagement? What would you constitute as a success for you when you go about and you launch your program? Sorry. And then look at your partners and look at how you can integrate and partner with your stakeholders towards that objective. So in the case of gender parity, you might be looking at engaging the media with you to explain how your program is helping eliminate this gender gap in a certain place. You might find that society could be engaged with you, or your clients could be engaged with you towards this target, and you work with them on a model. So use this opportunity of this social program to bring you closer towards these stakeholders and your partners. They will appreciate it, that you're doing something good for the places where you and they operate. You could align it to some government programs that are there, or you might actually go and talk to the government if they are focusing on this area and tell them, we've come up with this program to support your initiatives, and then you'll get much more engagement from the government as well. And then launch and track your progress. And as you go along, fine tune it. These things can be done in short bursts of the programs. They could be 3 months, 6 months kind of programs, which you launch, you roll out, you track, and then you adjust as you go along. You don't have to spend months and months planning and thinking what will be the best product. The best way is to actually get going, even if you start with a small program, but you get going and you test it as you go along. So that would be our suggestion to you as you go about this journey. And by using this approach, apart from you doing socially, doing well and doing some social impact, you will also use this approach for open innovation. Open innovation, it's a topic that we will also talk about in the coming sessions, but open innovation is about you tapping into the wisdom of the crowd, it's called. So when you launch these public programs, and you can engage engage your stakeholders, your users in these programs, you're going to get from them some great ideas that could be really good for your business. So open innovation is an opportunity for you to tap into ideas from the community and stakeholders around you. And instead of assuming that you and your team are the only ones that can innovate, by opening it up to the public through such social programs, you're able to get a lot of great ideas from the public and from your stakeholders. It's also, this approach will help you from a market intelligence tool, because when you go out and you interact with your different stakeholders, you're going to get a lot of insights that could help you in product development or could help you in understanding the market better. They are a great marketing and communications tool. Instead of putting an advertisement for your product or service and compete with thousands and millions of other advertisements out there, if you communicate your program and how you're doing well for the community, you could imagine that will have a much bigger impact on people. People are going to relate to that. They're going to appreciate it much more than a general product advertisement. So these kind of programs become really a great marketing and communications tool. It's also a learning and development tool for your teams, for your stakeholders. And in some cases, maybe if you are doing a project in an area that is, that you have a focus on. So as an example, if you are working in construction and you've launched this social project to reduce waste in construction, and you've come up with this tool or process that you can use that reduces waste, why not share that with the rest of the community? Why not give that opportunity of people around you to learn how they can play their part in reducing waste as well? Imagine the kind of positive or goodwill that you will get just by doing so in your communities. So this could also be an opportunity for learning and development of your community in areas that you understand and you are really good in. And it's a strategic engagement platform, because you can strategically engage with governments when you're working on projects that are a priority for the governments, that are in their vision. So it allows you to then go to the governments and be different from what normally companies do with governments, where they'll go and ask for just a grant or something. Here you can go to them and say, as part of your vision, you're focusing on this. We're actually doing this program that aligns with what you're doing, government, and we'd love for you to be involved. And that way you get an opportunity to be rubbing shoulders with the government stakeholders and other important stakeholders in your community. So we have an offer to you. We're not going to be announcing it right now because we're still preparing it, but I want you to think about what we've discussed on this short session, and think about what would be the social impact project that you could launch. And soon we're going to come to you with an opportunity we'll give you our platform for free for you to be able to launch your social enterprises. But we're going to do this with the companies that have the most engagement on the SME platform. Most engagement would be by checking the points, by checking how many of the content and action plans have been generated. So we're going to give priority to the active participants in the platform, but we'll share more information with you in the coming sessions. But for now, think about what would be your social impact project that you can launch, and we'll be talking more about this in the coming weeks. So that's it from my end. Now we're gonna move to Umayma to share her session with you. Did you know? Umayma, over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Umayma, joining you from Bahrain. As you know by now, I'm your host of the Did You Know and newsworthy segments of the Entrepreneur Empowerment series. We use these segments to share useful insights and news that we hope will help you spot opportunities for your business. Given that our session this week is focused on sustainability and impact, I'd like to start off with sustainability. Do you know what are the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs? Endorsed by all 193 United Nations member states in 2015, the 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals focus on global efforts and attention on 17 pressing issues. The private sector plays a critical role in providing solutions that can contribute to solving these challenges while also generating new business opportunities. Do you know the size of market opportunities that the SDGs are anticipated to create? Well, the SDGs are anticipated to generate at least 12 trillion US dollars worth of market opportunities by 2030, according to a source by the UN. That's an enormous amount. As such, we encourage you all to align your business to one or more of the SDG goals to make the most of the opportunities. Now, I'm going to test your knowledge on impact investment. Impact investments are investments made with the intention to generate positive, measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. Do you know how much the size was of impact investing in 2020? According to the 2020 survey by the Global Impact Investing Network, the global impact investing market size is 715 billion US dollars and is expanding rapidly. The growing impact investment market provides capital to address the world's most pressing challenges in sectors such as sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, conservation, microfinance, and affordable and accessible basic services, including housing, healthcare, and education. According to Bloomberg, more than 700 new funds were launched globally to capture the deluge of inflows into sustainable debt and impact investments, with the trend likely to continue. So, aligning your business to one or more of the UN SDG goals will allow you to better prepare for the market opportunities, allow you to attract impact investors and financiers to help you grow, and most of all, allow you to do good for the planet and the community around you. Every business should be a social and sustainable one. That's it from my end for this week. I would like to wish the Muslim community a happy Eid and wish everyone a great week ahead. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Umayma. So very exciting in terms of investment and opportunities. As we said, let's make use of that, everyone. And now we're going to go into the next segment where we have a fellow entrepreneur who is actually doing that. He has a social enterprise, Muhammad Amin. I'd like to welcome Muhammad Amin from Tunis. He is a social entrepreneur and he's going to tell us a bit about his own project. Muhammad, over to you.
Thank you, Shadi. Hi, everyone. So I'm Muhammad Amin Aouni, founder and CEO of Trusted. I will show you today worldwide more than 22 billion electronic devices are being used with a lifetime of 2 to 4 years only. According to Eurobarometer, 77% of European citizens, for example, would rather repair their devices than replace them. But how to be sure to find trusted repairer or finding the time to move physically, and is it possible to track the process digitally? Moreover, with COVID-19, the use of electronic devices increased very, very high, and disturbed the supply chain, resulting in a significant increase of the demand on the repair alternative. So that's why we created Trusted. To resolve all this, we started our startup like a digital marketplace offering repair operation and facility management services for light devices such smartphones, laptops, printer based on a large repairer and expert network. Our process is very, very easy. It takes no more than 30 seconds. So you have any electronic devices repair request, you can submit it either through our mobile app or website. The user gets a unique code, start tracking digitally the whole process through the real-time notification app until final delivery or pickup. From our end, once the request is submitted, the team manages the process totally digitally, and we are securing it using 2 mobile app and 3 web platforms. The same process is applicable with our contract-based B2B offer, where corporate benefit from a whole package. We provide them with facility management from real-time support, offering repair on their site, consultancy for buying new or refurbished devices. Our business model is based on an average of 25% commission on every repair operation and 15% on sales of refurbished or new devices. And for B2B, we started a subscription offer based on a monthly engagement of a minimum of €100. So far, we succeeded to affiliate more than 50 retailers covering 70% of the Tunisian territory to score over more than 5,000 customers that used our service at least once, onboarded more than 100 companies within our B2B offer, and reached about 150,000 euros in GMV. Making the most out of COVID-19 market opportunities, we started the social action branded Sharik, that is participate in Arabic and share in English. We succeed with this social impacting resilience plan to collect all over 10 tons of e-waste and all devices from more than 16 companies that were refurbished and delivered to more than 700 students in need all over the country. This initiative is funded with 55,000 euros worth of grants from UNICEF and the Canadian Embassy, and we are aiming to follow up with other international partners to go through more beneficiary all over the country and maybe in other countries all over the world. The process of Sharik is very, very simple. We collect donation online from particular and companies. We make the collation based on our logistic as trusted logistic partners, and we sorted this e-waste and all devices based on the expertise of our affiliated retailer, so we can focus on refurbishing the maximum of devices to benefit people in need. Then we managed to distribute based on an online matching system to guarantee the traceability for our donator and partner. We are managing to store and deliver a selective sorting for the non-reusable parts and e-waste, so we can access the global recycling industry by finding businesses and non-profit international partners to export the sorted e-waste and get funding for our program for sustainability. This overview is to show you the kind of precious material can be on e-waste, like gold, copper, palladium, and more than 60 other ones. 50% of e-waste is linked to personal devices like smartphone and laptop, and only 20% are formally recycled. By next decade, 120 million of tons of e-waste will be produced and considered as dangerous waste. It's really very harmful for the environment, and it's really a waste for people who can have it, who can need it. So we, as Trusted, we plan to keep growing and scale up locally and globally. And with Sharik program, we aim to respond actively to the COVID-19 impact, supporting education with a green donation. Thank you for your attention.
Hamad, thank you very much. Amazing work. We're so proud of your achievements and your work, and hope that it can continue and expand outside of Tunis to other markets as well. Great work. Thank you. And
thank you,
you're an example of what we're basically mentioned today on the session, in the sense that when you do such kind of work, you're going to be able to get an opportunity to engage your community. You're going to get an opportunity to engage governments and other people. So there are lots of opportunities available for social enterprises. Apart from the normal customers, you could also attract donations. You could also attract support. So, you know, we'd like to leave you with that thought for today. Make sure you do develop your social enterprise. Every business, like we said, should focus on the 3 Ps: people, profit, and planet. And as such, work on what would be the areas that you are most passionate about, that closely resonate with your work. And I love what Muhammad just showed us, because you could see even that Sharik project is an example of something that similar to what we discussed with the social enterprise initiative, and it very much aligns with his core business. So this way he's doing well, doing good for the community, but at the same time, he's strengthening his own business. So thank you very much, Muhammad. Thanks, everyone. Muhammad has just shared his details on the chat. And Tobag was saying, brilliant session. Excellent, Tobag. Great to hear that. We've received some questions earlier on, but they were answered in the Q&A. Most of them have to do with basically the points aspect. If you haven't received your verification email, check your spam messages or junk folder. You could resend it from your dashboard and request request again to get verified. And with regards, another question was regards to the recording of the sessions. All of these sessions are recorded and put on the potential.com/SME platform. So on the main page, if you go there, you could see the upcoming sessions and you could find the recordings of the previous sessions. Al-Bashir Muhammad, the session is awesome. You're awesome. You and everyone joining us and putting the time and energy. We look forward to engage with you in many more sessions. We look forward to engage with you on the platform itself. And there are lots of great things coming. And we also always want to hear from you. If you've got any suggestion or any idea that can be used to improve the program, please share that either on the webinars when we're connecting or on the email SMEEP, SMEEP@potential.com. Sarah's asking if we could send the link to the recording. Sarah, it's on the platform. So anytime if you go to potential.com/SME, you could find all of the previous recordings of the webinars there. Great, everyone. So I'd like to wish you all Eid Mubarak and have a great week ahead and look forward to see you next week. Stay safe. Bye-bye, everyone.